Alright, good morning, guys. So, a new intro. Now, let me do some explaining here, because I totally get it. I look absolutely nothing like the guy in the new intro. I don't really look like the guy in the old intro either anymore. So, let me first say thank you to Leonard for drawing the bee. Looks totally awesome. And, I mean, I'm just totally blown away. Thank you so much, Leonard. So awesome. When I saw this thing and it was so exaggerated to be like a serious muscle car, I immediately thought, okay, there's no way I can stick that old me in there with that car. There's no way that it would look right with the new bee picture. And I don't have anything in between. I decided to pull my old logo out of retirement, and I'm going to show you guys that right now, which you've already seen it, but I'm going to kind of break it down for you and explain to you like where this logo originated and then how it ended up on here. So back in the early 2000s when I was selling on eBay and I was selling all kinds of crazy stuff, some of you have heard the story, some of you have not. I used to sell things like I sold a cotton ball for $100. I sold a handful of peanuts for, I think, $80 or something like that. I took a pair of jeans, I signed the jeans, and I called them the traveling pants with the idea of selling them to somebody who would sign them, and then they would sell them to somebody who would sign them, and they would travel all over the world. And I thought, well, this will be cool. These can get a ton of different signatures. And it was fun. They only got a few signatures, but the thing is that they got hot so fast that they ended up having Dennis Rodman's signature after only like 4 or 5 sales. So they just kind of stopped right there. They were bought by a company called Golden Palace Casino, and they kept the pants. So I started several different ones, one of which comes into play in this logo, and I'll tell you about that in just a minute. But everything on eBay became traveling this, traveling that. There was traveling shirts, traveling shorts, traveling shoes, traveling toilet paper, traveling underwear, anything you could think of. It was all traveling, and I became an internet superstar, basically. It was crazy. I was basically one of the first internet celebrities to really exist. You know, it was really crazy. Everybody knew who I was wherever I went, and it was just, I don't know. I think that might be why I'm so humble today about being recognized from YouTube, you know, because I've been through that whole whirlwind of that strange internet celebrity thing. So it's nothing new to me. I'm not trying to say I'm enormous on YouTube, because I know I'm not, but I do get recognized quite often wherever I go. But having been through that before and how crazy it was back then, like I said, I think it's kind of humbled me to where I don't let it get to my head at all. You know, it's just, to me, it's just, you know, it's not that big of a deal. It's fun to meet people and everything. I love that, but in no way, shape, or form do I ever feel like I'm anything special. You know what I mean? In fact, I totally forget that I am something special to some people. And when people see me and they're just like, you know, they can't believe they see me, I don't think anything of it. In fact, if they don't say anything, I immediately think, what are you looking at? So if you guys ever see me out in public, don't be afraid to come up and talk to me. I'm not going to bite you. So that's how that happened. And at the time I was like, all right, I got to create some kind of a logo, because one of my friends on there had a logo. His name was Woohoo Mystery Man at the time, and he had this logo of this big fat guy. Well, I'll show it to you here. He had it professionally drawn by some kind of an artist, you know, cartoon artist or something. And at the time I needed to come up with a logo myself. I met a guy, and I can't think of what his name is right offhand, but his website, I think, was Isle of Skye or something like that. He was a professional cartoonist, and I said, hey, could you draw this for me? And I sat down and I explained everything to him, you know, in detail, how I wanted it to look. So this is how that logo originated. We'll just go top to bottom here. Okay, obviously it starts out with my shaved head. Then I've got the little hoop earring that's shining there. I've worn a hoop earring for I don't know how long, since I was in my 20s or younger maybe even. Then obviously you've got my goatee. It's got a little bit of brown and red in it. The world hovering over my hand. It was sort of because of the internet celebrity thing, but it also was because I began calling everything NL Rebels World, because I was NL Rebel on eBay, and I started a website. It was called NL Rebels World. Never in my life was I as ripped as this picture. However, that's how I feel inside. You know, I may be a big blob on the outside, but this is exactly how I feel inside. I am so confident and strong in everything that I do, and in my mindset with everything, and being positive, and just always looking for the bright side of things and taking control of situations. You know, I have that ability to take control of things and handle situations. So basically, the body on this version of me just kind of signifies that confidence that's inside me. We've got my tattoo up here, and that is a tattoo that I actually do have. I'm sure you guys have seen it throughout my videos. I've got like 1,000 videos on here, and sometimes I wear the sleeveless shirts. The pants are pants that actually exist. I was talking about the traveling pants earlier. That started out as jeans, and eventually when the first traveling pants stopped at Dennis Rodman, I decided to do another pair, and I bought a pair of leather pants, black leather pants, which I signed and I sold. They sold for $500, or maybe even a little bit more at the time. You see my signature on the pants here, and then you see something else on the other side. That was Woohoo Mystery Man's logo that he had airbrushed onto those pants. After I sold those, he had that logo airbrushed, and then he sold them, and one of my friends actually, who I'm friends with to the day, he had bought them. I think he paid $500 for them. And a few years back, I decided to buy them back from him, so I actually have them in my possession right now. For myself, I just thought that was such a cool part of my own history that I wanted to own those pants again, so I have those pants. They are under lock and key, as funny as that sounds. The boots, at the time I had these leather boots, but I thought that this logo would look cool with leather boots rather than like some kind of, I don't know, tennis shoes or something. The pants being unbuttoned was just simply, the idea was, this guy's so ripped and hot, you know, that we'll have the pants unbuttoned. It wasn't supposed to be signifying any kind of a stripper thing or anything sexual. It was just, you know, it fits with the picture. And the last thing is the shirt with the ripped off sleeves. I actually had taken a picture for the listing when I sold these pants of myself crouched down in these pants with a white button-up shirt on. It was long sleeve, it was not unbuttoned, but when I was creating this logo and designing it in my head, I just thought that totally fits. You know, let's just rip off the sleeves, because I always wore sleeveless shirts, and we'll have it open. Like I said, you know, it shows this body, this muscular, strong body, and that just signifies that confidence. So moving on to how I incorporated this logo into the new morning intro. Like I said, Leonard, amazing artist, my friend from the Netherlands, him and his girlfriend Simone, he drew me this bee friend, this hyped up bee friend that just looks like it's on steroids. Totally awesome. You can see the license plate where it says bee friend, just like the car. You can see the Transformers logo on the front here, which I actually do have a Transformers emblem that I'm going to be putting on the bee as soon as it warms up a little bit here. And the idea behind that was just to kind of, you know, signify and acknowledge that transformation when we went from the PT Cruiser to the bee. And I have all of you guys to thank for that, because you helped me raise the money to get the bee. So thank you all for that. When I first saw this picture that Leonard was drawing, I was totally blown away. When he sent it to me and I was creating the new intro, like I said, I just could not see putting the old me in there, because it just doesn't make sense. Not to mention the bee is on the right side, and the other me was facing right, so it wouldn't have really fit. I mean, I suppose I could have made it work, but I just thought that it would be cool if, since we now had an exaggerated muscle car here as the bee, if we went with the exaggerated muscle me as the guy in the photo. So that's what I did. You guys can see a few little differences, not very many, but I obviously took the world out of my hand, and I put my my iPhone in my hand because that's what I use to do my vlogs. And that is actually my iPhone. I took a picture of it and I placed it right in the hand there. And down in the left hand, I have my keys hanging from my finger, and those are my actual keys. I took a picture of those and I just shrunk it down and stuck it on my finger there. The only other thing that I changed was that I closed the pants. I just slid that button over a little bit so that the pants are now closed instead of hanging open. I thought that was a little bit more appropriate. And I actually thought about giving myself some stubble on there, because now I have more of a beard than just like the Fu Manchu or whatever you call it there. But for now, we'll just keep it at that. I might work on that for later. The other thing is that I left the tattoos out, except for the main one on my left arm there. I don't know. I might play around with it and see if I can put them on there without making it look cheesy. But this is just such a clean picture that I think if I tried to put them on there, it would just look like a mess. So I probably will just leave it like that. So there's the car, and there's the logo of me. I did change the sun. I thought that this sun looked a little sharper, a little edgier, but I thought this one, being with the exaggerated car and the exaggerated body there, that this sun fit that a little bit more without going overboard. The wording I kept the same, and the background is actually taken from a picture that I took on the road when I was out barn hunting in Wayne County. But I thought the road leading way back to the end of the picture there, I thought that was really cool, because I feel like, we all have a road to travel, and we can't see the end of it. It's just up to us to drive that road and do the best while we're on that road. And where it leads, we'll find out one day. So guys, there it is. There is the breakdown of the new intro. Let me know what you think of the music on the new intro. I put that in there because it was a little edgier. I thought it also fit with the pictures. I think a lot of people are going to say they like the old music. I don't know. I understand that on TV, when you have a series on TV, the music always stays the same. But that's one of the awesome things about YouTube. You can change it up whenever you want and make things new and fresh. And so I kind of like the new music. Guys, let me know what you think about it, though. I'm just curious. So, that's it. That's the new logo. And I'll tell you this, I filmed yesterday with the little. We built a cute little playhouse for her out of a cardboard box. And that will be going up tomorrow. I just really wanted to get this new intro out there and show you guys, because I was so excited about it. So Leonard, again, thank you so much for drawing that car. I know that's a lot of hard work and long hours to do that. I appreciate it so much. It's so awesome. Thank you so much. Guys, wherever you're waking up, whatever time it is, make the best of your day. Do something for somebody else, pay it forward, and let's make this world a better place. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.